You're complaining about CBC, but I actually made a kitchen stool in primary. I think it was class 5. Shout out to Mr. Nganga. I made a kitchen stool. Hello good people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking this link and choosing to spend the next few minutes watching me. It warms my heart and I genuinely appreciate it. Kamakawa, please, if you haven't subscribed, please. Now today's video is going to be a bit different because out of necessity, I became a carpenter. Seremala, fundi wa mbao. In doing the balcony, I had displaced my potted plants. And I went into Pinterest, I looked for ideas. I immediately found what I was looking for. And because I wanted to do it in a hurry, I decided to go to a fundi. I went to the pictures and I asked him if he could make for me something like that. And the fundi says, that is very simple. I'm thinking to myself, this is something so simple. This guy is going to probably charge me like 400, 500. Kisumu is hot. Utani charge pesa ngapi?
1,000.
1,000. 1,000 shillings.
Mimi nilipe 1,000.
For what?
Kutengenezewa shelf 3. Ni vitu ndogo ndogo.
Ukiongeza mbao ingine, like another shelf, itakuwa 1,200.
Very small pieces of wood just even get scrapped from the workshop. He said,
Hii workshop haina scrap.
I was like, hell no. In my head, I'm thinking I have a lot of scrap pieces of wood lying around in the compound. And this seemed pretty simple. I mean, it's just 3 triangles with holes in them and a rope to pass through them. Kukua broke ni poa. We are not going to spend 1,000 or 1,200 shillings. We are doing it by ourselves. My grandfather was a carpenter and I'm not going to embarrass him. Let's do this. You will not believe I actually found scrap wood in the shapes that I actually wanted. So these are scrap pieces of wood from 4 years ago, and I don't even know, like when I was shifting things from the office to bring to the house when we closed the office, I did not realize that they had carried those pieces of wood. Real scrap, you guys. You will not believe how many times these pieces of wood just simply fell apart. So here is the carpenter's granddaughter piecing it together with contact adhesive, we call it conta, and then clamping it. And then I started to do the sanding to remove all the rough edges and to flatten it out. What I'm using here is the Prescott Orbital Sander. You sand and it collects dust at the back. Having a sander that collects dust basically means that you will have a dust-free work area. So I went ahead and sanded each and every side of the pieces of wood that I had. These wooden pieces were starting to look good. They were flat-ish, but we still had holes from where I removed the nails, from where the wood was uneven after sanding. So I decided to use the wood filler and see if I could fill up all the holes and spaces, after which I would sand it down again. The pieces of wood were just falling apart. I would sand it down, and then I would fill it, wood filler, and then sand it, and then when I put a hole, it falls apart.
I decided to mark holes and drill at this point just in case I needed to sand again.
See how after I have drilled, this thing has just fallen apart. Mtu aniambie mbona nilichagua kutumia mbao ya scrap. I kept wanting to procrastinate, but I'm not going to let you guys down. I'm going to start something and finish it up.
After painting each surface, I would let it dry completely before going in with a second coat. After all the coats were finished, then I did the edges that were being held by the clamps. I got this rope at the local market. It's the regular rope that is used to tie goats and sheep. I bought one piece at 35 shillings and I cut it into 3 equal pieces. Once I had cut all the 3 ropes, I passed each rope through the top shelf and then tied a knot at the very top from where it was going to hang on the hook. But for the center rope, I passed it through all 3 shelves, and under each shelf, I tied a knot at the level where I thought I wanted the shelf to be, as you can see here. I left the other 2 ropes free because once I was happy with what I had, I cut and frayed the ropes at the bottom, and voila!
Niling'ang'ana mpaka nikaitengeneza.